Hello, my name is Vicki, and today I'm going to show you how I Modge Podge my dried flowers onto my rocks and then resin them so that they look like this. I have some that I color the backgrounds on. But today I am just going to do a white Santorini stone. These are the stones that come from Greece. And I like the way they're flat and smooth, and they're easy to paint the Modge Podge on the flower. So what we will do first is, I use the Modge Podge gloss blister paint or glue sealer and finish. If I can get it open. Likes to glue and seal the lid on. To just pour a little bit in the lid and use that as my tray. Don't have to have a lot, just a little to hold your dried flower. And the reason why I'm not putting a background color, I usually use like alcohol inks. That's what I've done in the past for these. It's real easy. Put some alcohol on and put some ink on. A little goes a long way. It just makes a nice backdrop. Is that I'm going to be putting on lobelia, and that's real kind of a dark purple, and I think it'll look really nice with just the white. Okay, so I have a nice little layer. Now in my book, I have a big book that I dry my flowers, so I'm going to go look for my lobelia that I have that I dried. Aha, here it is. This stuff is very fragile. And some of this I just left with the stems on. So I think I might do that because I think it looks really pretty like this. I think I might just do that. Let me run and get a I have one right here. Toothpick works really good for getting the pieces out that you don't want on your rock, like that. And I don't think I want this. That one's stuck on there. Another thing I use is because I can't find it right now. I use an X-Acto knife, and you can just cut away the little pieces that you don't want. I might be able to do it with this. There we go, with the toothpick. There. Now, get another piece of lobelia. You have to be, like I say, you have to be really careful. I'll put this going that way. And this one, let's go this way. This way. And this one that way. And this one, whoops, that way. How about this one? This is a funny looking one, but I like it. I want it to go this way, I think. Okay. And let's see. Okay. I think I'm just about done. Maybe one piece going right there. It's not sticking. Okay, so let's paint some on. And let's give it some, there we go. No, I don't like it. My OCD is telling me that we should have another piece over here. Kind of framing it in. There. Then we take our Modge Podge. And then this is where the tricky part comes. You gotta lightly spread on with a brush. You want to use not a good brush. Use a brush that a cheap, I see here, a cheap brush. You can rinse these brushes out with soapy water as soon as you're done with them, and maybe able to save these brushes and just keep them as a glue brush. But please do not use any of your good brushes. Any of this glue type stuff is definitely not good for your brushes. Just keep. So now we're gonna coat it just like this, a nice, just a light seal. See how that one came apart, but sometimes you can just push it over with your toothpick. There. Let that dry. And then when you're dry, put another coat on it, let that dry, and put another coat on it. And then it will look like this. And that's all you have to do. Or it will look like this. So now, I guess I'm gonna just go into my next, we're gonna put this aside. We're gonna go into my next section of, it feels funny for me to say tutorial. By the way, this is my first tutorial, so bear with me. This is, I'm not very good at this. If somebody is here, I just say, hey, come over here, I'll show you how to do this. But I'm not very good with my cameras. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just want to sit here and paint and show you what I did. I'm not sure I know how to explain to somebody how I did. Okay, so we're gonna resin these rocks. And I resined, these have not been resined. These have been Modge Podge. This has been resined. But on the back side where it was, I have some nails, a board that has nails sitting up. Where it was, it left these marks on the bottom. I don't like that. It's not soft and shiny like I would like on the front. So I have a Dremel tool, or you can use sandpaper, and I sanded them down. So, you know, there wasn't any rough spots from drawing and stuff. And, well, where's the one that I did? Like this. So that's why I'm gonna re-resin them again. So there's some little rough spot. Here's a consignment rock that I did right here. And that's got, this lady's waiting for this rock, like forever. She's probably saying, Vicki, are you ever gonna get my rock done? And I'm kind of a perfectionist. I want this to be just perfect, but there was some spots in the back that were rough. So now I've sanded this. I'm going to re-resin it because I want it to look just so nice. And this is what she wanted. This is what she's going to get. And I'm going to resin this one that I finished painting. This one I'm going to resin. I sprayed it. I painted this sunflower field and I painted this with watercolor pencils. I think this turned out really nice on the Santorini stone. Then I painted this one. I'm going to resin this one. I think this one will turn out really nice. And I painted this one. We're going to resin. And my granddaughter wanted a unicorn, so we're going to resin this one. And this one I did on with watercolor pencils. And so I think this turned out really nice on a Santorini stone. So we're going to resin that so it's all nice and shiny. And I love fireweed, so I dried some fireweed petals, and we're going to resin those. And a little late with my Pride Ladybug, but we're going to resin Pride Ladybug. And happy 4th of July. Here's my abstract flag. Resin that. And here's another fern. Has been resined, but there's some spots that need to be resined. So let's move these and let me get down to mixing the resin. You can use any types of resin that is a 2-part resin. I use art resin. You've got your resin and your hardener, and it's got to be 2 equal parts. So, for this, I'm probably going to use maybe 3 ounces. I'm going to mix up 6 ounces. So, got our resiner. Pour in our resiner first. Always wear your gloves. I can't get the lid off. How come I can't get the lid off? This happened to me last time. Okay. This is really dumb. I need something. You bearing with me? Bear with me. Da 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 da. Now this is the wrong thing to use. Don't do what I'm doing, but I can't find my. Why isn't this coming off?